4G versus 5G, the key difference between the cellular network generations. The first 5G network started to debut in the US last year, which might promote the question, what is the difference between the 4G cellular network you see now and the 5G network that are on their way? Speed. In most conversation, the 5G speed is the often spec that is used to differentiate from 4G, and that makes sense since each cellular generation has been significantly faster than the one before. 4G can currently reach top speeds of up to 100 megabits per second. Through real-world performance is generally no more than 35 megabits per second. 5G has the capacity to be 100 times faster than the 4G, with a top speed of around 20 gigabytes per second, and current real-world speed for 5G is 50 megabytes to 3 gigabytes per second. But it is little more complicated than that. There are three main flavors of 5G and each one has its own speed. The so-called low bandwidth 5G is somewhat faster than 4G with the performance around 50 to 250 megabytes per second. The faster version of 5G called high bandwidth 5G is the version that reaches 3 gigabits per second. And one of the most fastest one is millimeter wave. Latency. Latency is a measure of time it takes a package of information to travel between point A to point B, no matter how fast the connection you have. Latency in 4G is currently about 50 milliseconds, while 5G networks are expected to shrink that to an impressive 1 millisecond. Reducing latency will be critical for many applications where 5G will allow connected devices to rely on the cloud for processing of data, such as self-driving cars that might use 5G to let a cloud-based AI make real-time navigation discussion. Coverage. After a decade of 4G, there are still remote and rural areas around the world that have poor 4G coverage. 5G is just getting started, and so its coverage is essentially non-existing out of a handful of major cities. 5G will take several years to reach a level of coverage similar to 4G, and it will have different implementation. High, medium, and low band 5G, each with its own speed and bandwidth. Bandwidth. 5G is expected to have significantly more bandwidth or capacity than 4G as well. In part, this is because 5G will make much more efficient use of available spectrum. 4G uses a narrow slice of available spectrum from 600 MHz to 2.5 GHz, but 5G is divided into three different bands. Each band has its own frequency range and speed and will have different applications and use cases for customers, businesses, and industries. That means there is a significantly higher capacity on 5G. This is gonna be it for this video. I hope you learned something brand new today. Consider subscribing my channel and like this video and share it with your friends. I will catch you in next one. Peace.